Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So probably by the time this video is uploaded, I would have hit 10,000 subscribers. I have been silently on this journey of getting to 10K since last summer, and I've been pushing it a little bit more aggressively the past couple months. Well, the past few months. I just want to say thank you to every single person that has subscribed, and the journey to the next milestone definitely starts in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna explain that at the end of the video. But this video is actually the video that I had planned to post on Sunday versus my hair meltdown, but this is the result of my hair meltdown, so I guess it was worth it. This video is actually going to be 20 implementations that I have incorporated into my lifestyle slash habit, or things that I want to incorporate into my lifestyle, habit, mindset, into my character, my spiritual life, mental. So whatever the case may be, these are 20 things that I am implementing or have implemented into my life as of 2020, or maybe a little bit of last year too. Some of these I did come up with between the months of December and February, and some of these are kind of new, so some of them aren't really in my lifestyle yet, more so aspirations. A few of them may be older, but I just haven't been doing a good job at them, but that's okay, because 2020 is not over and we still have, you know, a little time. So these aren't in any particular order. I just took them from my older notes, and for the ones that I just recently came up with, I just added them as they came to mind. So 20 implementations for the year 2020. First one, no filters. This one really came to mind towards the end of last year. I would just look back on my Instagram page and be like, I don't look like this. I don't look like this. I feel like it was starting to distort my mind of me not being comfortable with just how I looked without it. It just wasn't realistic. So I decided towards the end of last year that I'm no longer going to use filters, and to help me with that, I did delete my Snapchat because I realized I was just hanging on to Snapchat for the filters. I wasn't active on Snap. I also deleted all of the pictures on my Instagram that had filters on them. Number two is another social media one, and it's no social media before work. I just noticed when I woke up and I picked up my phone and I got on Instagram or whatever app I opened up, I would end up laying in the bed like 15 to 20 to 30 more minutes, and that would cause me to have to rush. I didn't necessarily give myself a chance to actually prepare for work mentally. Opening those apps early morning like that, sitting on them for 15 to 20 minutes was kind of being counterproductive of the whole point of me waking up early. The point of me waking up early was so that I could do the things that I actually needed to do, which was eat, take a long shower, get my mind together. The time that I should have been doing those things, or could have been doing those things, I was laying in the bed. And I realized that when I don't, I go into work with a better mindset as well. Like I said, a few of these are older, and I came up with this one in January, and it was a video a week. This is before I started to become consistent and before I decided that I want to do 2 uploads. Maybe within the next few months my schedule will get much busier based on work, so there may be a time during this year where I will only upload once a week, despite whatever else I have going on, upload a week. Except for, okay, we'll say that for the end of the video. So this one is a little bit more surface, and it's to wash once a week or every week and a half. I could let laundry sit for like 2.5, 3 weeks, and that's bad. But I have so many clothes, I could really go weeks and weeks without having to do laundry. But I realized how much easier it is for me to deal with laundry when I did it more frequently versus waiting until it's just excessive. And this one's just helping me look at laundry as less of a chore. And going back to social media, this is number 5, I think. Limit my social media intake during the week. I was doing really good with this one before the quarantine hit, but after that, I feel like we get so engulfed in social media that it leads to us needing like full-on breaks, like months at a time or weeks at a time. But I know that if I actually managed my time on social media, that I wouldn't need so many breaks or just feel like I gotta get away from it if I just managed it properly. And that leads to another thing: unfollowing and muting accounts. So this one is actually something that I started in 2019. I remember one day I logged in on Instagram and I was just instantly irritated, and I was like, why am I so irritated when I can just unfollow this stuff? And that just led to me just really looking at the content that I follow, the people that I follow. Just because I support these people doesn't mean I have to follow them on social media and know their daily lives. And that was for people that I may know personally as well. And that's kind of the end of the whole social media thing, but clearly that's a big part of my implementations, and I have to do better about the limiting, especially as I transition back into work. Moving on to at least 30 minutes of exercise / movement a day. Let me tell you something. This one I haven't followed. I haven't. My motivation to fitness has changed. Now, when I was like a freshman, sophomore, junior in college, I would faithfully go to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week. Now, I just don't know. Like, even last semester, I got a whole trainer paying hard-earned money that I really didn't have, and it still wasn't enough for me to stay motivated. So I really don't know like how I'm gonna get myself to be self-motivated in that area, but I'm gonna work on it. That's actually one of my next big goals, to get physically fit. I am very comfortable where I am physically, but I am very aware that I am unhealthy and I am out of shape. And the next one is drink more tea. I've really been into drinking teas lately. I'm kind of opposed to medicine in some instances, so I feel like just drinking more teas daily or every other day to just kind of help out in some areas, which leads to another one that I'm not so happy with, but that I've known for years was going to eventually happen, which was I can't drink milk anymore. So on here I say little to no milk, so I'm gonna give myself some leeway. I'm not just gonna just rid myself completely, so I'm gonna have a milkshake here or there. I'm trying to be very realistic with these things, but I actually haven't bought whole milk in over 3 to 4 years, but I would sometimes here or there get lactate milk, and even that milk would mess me up some. But I'm a cereal fanatic, and I personally only like to eat my cereal with whole milk or lactate, but my stomach doesn't like either, so I just have to let, you know, cereal go. There are some cereals that I do eat with almond milk, but I like my almond milk sweetened, but the texture of almond milk is just so thick, it's just different. The next one is more of like a self-care thing, and it's at least 1 bath a week. Baths really relax me. I can be on a very motivated, driven like force for like days at a time, and I don't realize how I've just been going. So baths really bring me back down to earth and make me relax. It's just so soothing and it's so necessary. So at least I like to take 1 bath a week. Moving on, loosen up. This is a big one. I'm a very anxious, uptight person, depending on the situation. And it has caused me to not live my life in a lot of ways. So loosening up and getting out of my head and stop being so anxious and stop worrying about things, and yeah, just loosening up. I think I'm an amazing person. I'm just scared to show it sometimes, or kind of honor the perception that other people have of me versus actually being who I am. And that has caused me to like shut myself in a lot, but now it's like life is short, live it. The next one is reward myself. I rarely do things for myself. I rarely do materialistic things for myself. I'm not a materialistic person, but I realize that it's okay to like buy myself something, even if it's something that's not necessarily an investment. Like most of the things that I buy for myself, like I convince myself to buy if it's an investment of some sort. Literally, when I bought my iMac, it was either an iMac or a PS4. Now the PS4 probably would have been way more fun. I went the investment route versus the fun route. It was the right decision, but just buying things that may be expensive that I can afford that don't necessarily have a benefit. Now that this 10K is here, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do something else for myself. Just rewarding myself and being okay with rewarding myself. This is funny because the next one is save money. Now I have been doing relatively well with this particular one. This is an older one that started a while ago, but that I have really been pushing aggressively these past few months. So saving money. The next one is more so of a character thing, and it's to hug more and say I love you more. So I'm now more in tune with my emotions. I know the type of woman that I want to become. I want to become a little bit more affectionate. I am a little bit more affectionate. A couple years ago, or even last year, I wasn't the most affectionate person or affectionate at all, but I am now, and I'm trying to accept that part of myself. And I think the more I lean into it, the easier it becomes. Sometimes my affection is weird and awkward because I'm adjusting, but yeah, I think little things like just hugging more and saying I love you more to the people that are close to me is going to help with that. The next one is pray more intentionally. I noticed over the years how my prayers would be like repetitive or about the same thing, but the more I dove into my prayer life and understanding how prayer works, the more intentional I became with prayer and the more passionate I became with prayer. So this is more so an old one as well, just praying more intentionally and praying more specifically. So this one is one that I have been recently doing over the past couple months or so, is heart checking. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why do I want to do this? Is my heart in the right place when I'm doing this? Especially if it's something that's not sitting well in my spirit. And when I'm doing something for someone, am I doing it with good intent? So that's what I mean about heart check. So I check in with myself and make sure what I'm doing is not self-serving, especially when I'm doing it for someone else or for other people. There's a point I want to make about being mindful, but yeah, just being mindful, just being conscious of the decisions I made. I want to dive deep into that, but I'm gonna save that for another video and I'm able to speak more on it and be more responsible with the topic. Okay, next we have read and research. I have a lot of things that I want to do that require a lot of research, that require a lot of knowledge, and I'm big on research anyways. I put read/research because they kind of go hand in hand, but with reading, more so getting some physical copies of things because, you know, we spend a lot of time on our phones. There's so much hidden in books that aren't on the internet, so just going out and getting like that old field of research versus just like, oh, I can go on Google. Like, no, go to the library, sit down in there, check out a book, get a library card, just stuff like that. So reading and researching in that element of making it a little bit more of a physical thing is new on my list, but reading and researching in just the basic technology form is not so new. I don't know what number I'm on, but I'm getting down to my last 3. I'm probably over 20. The next one is listen to my body. This one is a tough one, especially when you're young, because you think you can just bounce back from things, or you thinking like, nah, it's probably just this. For example, my knee has been hurting since before my birthday, which was a month ago. And it's not that I'm ignoring it because I don't want to go to the hospital right at this instance, but it's like when it first happened, I was just like, maybe I slept wrong, or maybe I bumped my leg or something like that. But then it turned into, no, it's still hurting. Something is wrong. So just listening to my body, and it can go back into the milk thing. Like, yeah, I love milk, but clearly my body is telling me, you don't need to be eating this. You know, there are some universal things that we shouldn't eat in general, but when your body is directly telling you like, hey, you don't need to be consuming this, like, I have to listen to my body. So it's up to me to listen to it or ignore it and it become a problem. Moving on to hobbies. This one has become more important over quarantine. I know in this day and age, the entrepreneurial spirit is like moving, and I thought it was very important that I have hobbies that I don't necessarily feel like I have to share or feel like I have to monetize. And just because I'm good at this thing doesn't mean I have to turn it into a company or a business or something for profit, or just even something to share with the world. Like, okay, I'm good at drawing, or I'm good at doing this puzzle, don't mean I gotta tell you I'm doing this puzzle. Or I'm coloring, I ain't gotta tell you I'm coloring. Just having a hobby for me and me only, for me and my enjoyment only. And I think that's actually 20 things I'm pretty sure as the year goes on, I'm probably going to take something off this list or add something on. So if you're watching this, I encourage you to sit down and make a list of things that may not necessarily be goals, but things that you just may want to work on. Pray over them, be very intentional with it, be very real with them, and really work towards putting these things into your life and making them habits and making them second nature. So now that I am at 10K, I did say once I hit 10K that I was going to take a break. Now this break will only be for about 2 to 2.5 weeks, not long at all. So during this time I'm going to take an actual break, because soon enough I will be back working in the office. For the past 2 months I have not been working in the office, I've been working from home. So I really do want to take the last 5 to however many days I have left in quarantine or in this self-distance stage to myself completely. Just completely to myself. Enjoy it while I can, because Lord knows this type of free time and relaxing time may never cross my life again. So I'm going to take advantage of that, not having to worry about recording, editing, brainstorming, none of it. But for right now, it's just going to be a couple of weeks, and just for me to like take in the fact that I have actually met a goal. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, for watching, for sharing, for liking, for commenting, for disliking if you have. Like I said, it will be a short break, and then I'm gonna come back better than ever, or the same, because I've been on a roll. We just gonna hop right back in it with some good content, some content I've been really ready to make. And in the meantime, if you want to keep up with me in these next couple of weeks, you can definitely follow me on my social medias. My social media is the same as my actual YouTube name, according to Ro. I don't know why I did all that, but according to Ro is there on all platforms, mainly Twitter and Instagram. I'm just gonna relax in these next couple weeks and also prepare for the next milestone, because we got things to do. So I hope y'all are staying safe, staying smart. Don't let nobody trick you into going back outside and just wilding. It's still scary out here. I will see you guys in a couple weeks. We 10K strong. Woo! All right. Bye, guys.